Obviously, I know about the club, about the tradition, the history, and the ambition of the owners, the fans behind the team. So all these things that I think for anyone that knows the history of the club is quite easy. I am at home. I want to compete. I want to challenge for whatever you can challenge, and then enough motivation. I think it's a great opportunity, a challenge for me, and I'm really pleased with that.
What reaction have you had personally from Everton and from Liverpool fans? And how did you also feel when a threatening banner appeared? Obviously, an incident that Merseyside police are investigating.
To be fair, the Evertonians around my place, they are quite happy and they were very supportive. Even the Liverpoolians, they were accepting that there is a chance and it's an opportunity for me to come back to the Premier League, to compete for something. So it was quite good. Talking about the banners, we can talk about 1-2 people, you never know. So then I think it's better to think about positive, how a lot of people were encouraging me to do well. I'm happy with that.
Obviously as well, Rafa, it was highlighted that after a Merseyside derby, you referred to Everton as a small club. How do you feel about those comments now? And what pressure, I suppose, does your history put on you in this role as Everton manager?
I said before that it depends on the context. It's a long time ago. You are fighting for your club, and then it's what I will do now. So if you are the manager, you have to defend your club in any context. In this case, I will fight for Everton. I will try to do my best every single game, and I will try to compete against anyone. So I'm really pleased that this club is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm happy with the idea that we can challenge and we can compete, and I will fight for that.
So what is the minimum target for success, Rafa?
We have, in terms of targets, it's always complicated. I think that my approach since I was in Valencia was one game at a time, think about the next game as an opportunity to win, and after see what happened. Obviously, I know how the team finished last year, and we will try to be sure that we can do better, but I can be talking, so you say, talk the talk and walking the walk. So I prefer to walk the walk and see if we can do well, and hopefully everyone will be happy, starting with me, and that means if I am happy, the fans will be very happy too.
And obviously you're assessing the squad at the moment. When it comes to improving that squad though, do you have the final say on transfers, and what truth is there in reports you're close to signing Denzel Dumfries, with Koulibaly also potentially a target for yourself?
Yeah, the reality is that when you go to any club, the manager has always an important opinion. You have to work in the context also that you have a director of football, you have the board, you have the financial restrictions, so a lot of things that you have to put together. But I'm quite happy with the commitment of the lads. They are training really well. I think that we can improve things, so that is one point. And if we can bring players, if we can add players, and they are good for us, I think that is the objective. So to be sure that we improve the players that we have a good communication between everybody working here, and managing the financial restrictions that you have to manage, but doing that, still be ambitious.
And obviously, you will have seen Jordan Pickford's performance in the Euros. What did you make of them? Have you been able to speak to Jordan? Have you been able to speak to Dominic Calvert-Lewin just now as well?
Yeah, I was trying to be in contact with all the internationals. It was easier in some cases because the time, and others was more complicated, but still in contact with the majority of them. And obviously, Pickford and Calvert-Lewin, yes, I was asking them how they feel. I was following them and supporting them until the last minute, and after the game, obviously, to know what they are thinking about to do. We gave them some days off, and they will stay with the families, and then it's just the normal things with players that I think that they did great. It's a great achievement for England, for them. Even Calvert-Lewin was playing not too much, but they still to be there and to be part of this group, I think is good for them now, and it will be good for them for the future.
Can you understand why some Everton fans have reservations about you becoming the manager? And what is your message to them?
Yeah, that is football, and football is quite emotional. So everybody will have their own opinions. But the only thing that I can say is that what I said before in some of the questions is just that I will fight for my team like I did in every place that I was working. And then for me, it's a challenge. For me, it's a great opportunity to do well in the Premier League and to show everyone that we can compete, we can do well, and I will be the first one to be there, pushing and pushing to be sure that we can get what we want, that is 3 points in any game, or maybe go as far as we can in the cup competitions.
You said earlier you could talk the talk, but you want to walk the walk. You're at a club which, with the greatest respect in the world, has been underperforming for the quality of players they've had in the last few years. So how do you anticipate turning that around, and how quickly?
Yeah, it's not easy, the Premier League, for anyone. There are too many teams that are spending big money in the last year. They have very good players in all the majority of the teams, to be fair, and especially the top 10 in this case. Then my idea is just to be sure that the team has confidence. The players that we have already, they feel that they can be stronger if they stick together. And after, try to bring some players to be sure that we can fill the gaps that we have and create a team that now can be competitive, that has to be even more competitive to be sure that we are better than the last season. So that is just the target, to improve. And how much can we improve is what we have to see, depending on how we train, how we work, and if we have a little bit of luck.
And specifically on your squad, Rafa, James Rodriguez, how pivotal, how much of a future does he have with you and in the way you want to play?
We really don't talk. I am sure that your friends will be asking me about players, this one, the other one. I think it's important now to talk about the team, the ideas, more than individuals. So everybody has to keep training, do their jobs, and we will continue looking for the best options for improving the team. But we expect to don't talk about the individuals, but it's not fair for the other players.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.